And in Austin, I saw and paused, my eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pair-wise dice, lit in his head to this head and slice of an angel wrapped in his skin. Though dice and woes of life, loved and proud, looking at her eye. What's the meaning in the life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, melodious reflected. Often bears appear, clear, ready for ear to ear. Craving the rain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know I've heard this.
Boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Sorry, my sinuses are just on fire. This weather is just absolutely beating me up. But we're gonna get through it. We got a full slate, big weekend of football and some basketball. So excited to see this whole weekend. I'm gonna be locked down, and of course, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock are tonight at Paycom, while the Thunder are on the road at Sacramento. And a little bit about the Thunder. They are pretty much been on fire lately. I mean, the Thunder have won 4 straight since that debacle at the Heat, 7 out of our last 9. So the Thunder are just, I mean, they're rolling. I mean, they're absolutely rolling. But since that debacle, the Thunder have won 4 in a row, all by double-digit wins. And I was talking to some people at Ned's last night because I was like, my frustrating part is you are up 111, 105 with 53 seconds left with the ball, and you lose. And since at least lose, and then they go on 6-0 run. So what I will say about the Thunder is they have clearly used that as motivation to get better and to man, I'm sorry, my nose is just going crazy. You clearly have used that to get better and to be more focused. And you think about it now, like I was at Cutting Up yesterday, and Chris was on, we were talking about it, and I was there. And I don't know if you guys, you can go back and you can go to www.mcsportsnetwork.com and go back and look, or you can go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour Matt Clark, and you can go back and archive when we first started this, or you can do After the Storm dash Oklahoma City Thunder. You can go back and you can archive, because we were talking about the Thunder and what their record would be and how many wins. Because when Chet got drafted, or right before the season, we were over and under 26.5. When Chet got hurt, it dropped down to 23.5. The Thunder, I don't know if you checked the record lately, we're 22-23, ranked 9th in the West. So, and the funny part to me is I had picked the Thunder to do 31-33. And those guys at the barbershop, they had them, I think, at like 25 or something like that. I think Drew Hithorn had them at 31. But I said, which was most outrageous to a lot of people, I go, the Thunder are going to, if they do what I think they can do, they can win up to 40 games. And everybody just absolutely looked at me like I was crazy. That's all the barbers that were there, the people that were at Cutting Up Barbershop, they all looked at me like, have you lost your mind? The Thunder are not winning 40 games. And right now, just past the midway part, at game 45, we were 22-23, playing just like with it. And my problem is we should be more like 27-18 is what we should be, because I believe we've lost 5 games that we should not have lost. And so when you think about that, because you can go back and you can count them, we shouldn't have lost the Milwaukee game, shouldn't have lost the Boston game there, should not have lost the Heat game, we should not have lost the one Mavericks game. We should not have lost who was it? I want to say it was Memphis. We shouldn't have lost it. So there's at least 5 games that I have to go back and really think, but those ones really stand out, which is Boston, Milwaukee, and the Heat. Those are 3 games for sure we should not have lost. So when I look at them and I just think about how good we've come, how far we've come for the Thunder, and then when you look at these overall stats, We're averaging 117 points a game, giving up 115.8. And that was, at the start of this run, 117 given up. And we were ranked 28th. And now we've dropped all the way down to 20th, averaging opponents 115 points a game, ranked 20th. Field goal percentage, we're ranked 20th, but we're ranked 5th in defense, giving up 5th. So our opponent shooting percentage. 3-point percentage, we ranked 16th at 35.8, and we're ranked 11th in the NBA in what our opponents do, which is really up and doing good. Uh, so when you look at this and you look at our assists, we're 17th versus 12th our opponents. We're 5th as far as points in the paint. That's the pips, my favorite stat. We're 5th, and we're 23rd as far as what we give up. And so we need to break that up and get that higher. Assist to turnover ratio, we're ranked 15th offensively, but opponents, we're ranked 1, and that's how we've been able to win so many games. So that being said, here are my keys to the game tonight for the Thunder because, excuse me, my keys to the game because I do believe the Thunder can get this victory, and I think we should get the victory, but whether we do or not is strictly up to us. But we have to get off to a good start. And it's so funny. Coach Dagnott said the same thing the other day on the radio. I was listening to him. He goes, we have to get off to a good start. Well, start the right damn people. Play the right people per quarter. Start them off right, and that will help us get off to a good start each quarter. But when you put guys who shouldn't be starting in the lineup, yeah, we're not going to get off to a good start because you screwed up the chemistry. You just get your starting lineup and just go with it. And you have a guy who's has never lost a game with him starting, and yet he doesn't start. That makes I still don't understand that one. How do you not start a guy that you've never lost every game he started? Why isn't he starting every single game? I just don't understand that one. Play within ourselves, which means don't get caught up into what the Kings do. The Kings are very, very good. So let's not get caught up in what the Kings do, but play within ourselves and stay within what we can do, because if we try to get caught up and run up and down the court and shoot a bunch of threes and do what they do, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We have to limit their open looks. In other words, get our hands in their face and not let them do it, because they're a very good shooting team. They move the ball, they're very quick, and then we have to keep them out of the lane. We cannot let them get inside and score a bunch of easy baskets. And then once they do that, then we'll have to slide over. They'll kick it out and get a lot of wide open threes. So let's not do that. And we keep out of the lane. That will help limit their open looks. You can see the game tonight at 7 o'clock on Bally's. The Kings are 25-18. One of the top teams. And which should, to me, that should be our record. At least 25-19. So we should be right in there, but we are ranked 9th at 22-23 in the West, ahead of the Lakers, by the way. And Drew, you may be in trouble because the Commander has the lead right now over you and the Lakers. But anyway, the Thunder are plus 3.5 underdogs, and the over/under is 241.5, which that is a lot of points, but, what we score, if we're scoring 117 points, you got to think about that, what they're going to need to score. So, and I think it's going to be pretty close. Both teams love to run up and down the court. So if I do that, I will take the Thunder plus the 3.5, and I'm going to take the over because I think we're going to score a bunch of points. This is our first road game, so I think we should be fine. And but anyway, I'm going to take the Thunder and the over. I know you can't spell Thunder without the under. My guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com's favorite line, but you can these days because the Thunder is just playing unbelievable right now. So I'm excited about what the Thunder are doing and how they're playing, and going to be excited to see the game tonight. Just going to have to figure out how to do that and go to the Dave Chappelle concert. So I'm trying to figure how to do both of those things, and so we'll see if we can get that part done. Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. But anyway, the NBA last night, in the NBA scores last night, it was a bunch of good games. Last night, the Bulls beat the Pistons 126-108. the Wizards and the Celtics. What a great game. Excuse me, that was Golden State and the Celtics, not the Wizards. Should have been Golden State and the Celtics. I don't even know how I put that Wizards in there, but what a great game that was. Golden State gave the Celtics all they wanted on the road. Golden State actually played really well, but I think it's just they may just be in their heads. That probably has a lot more to do with it than anything. But the Celtics came out in OT. Big shot by Jaylen Brown to send the game in OT. Raptors, Wolves, great game that was, 126-128. The T-Wolves jumped all over the Raptors and took care of business. Sixers, 105 over the Trailblazers, 105-95. And they're in Portland, which was a big win for the Sixers, but they are one of my top teams in my power rankings. The Nets fell to the Suns, of course, in Phoenix, but that's natural simply because no KD. I think he's got another week or so before he's coming back from his MCL sprain or PCL sprain, whichever one it was, before he gets back. I'm sorry, my head is just flying, hurting right now. I'm just out of sorts. My sinuses are going nuts. Pelicans over the Magic. Excuse me, the Pelicans and the Magic play tonight at 6. The Knicks and the Hawks are at 6:30, which ought to be a good game. Knicks traveling to Atlanta, so we should see how good that's going to be. The Atlanta Hawks need to continue to take care of business. That's one of Drew's teams. They're not one of my teams. I don't think they're a top 10 team, but Drew seems to like them. But like I said, I think he's a big Trae Young fan. I am a big Trae Young fan, but I just don't know. I just don't think that the Hawks are a top 10 team. That's just me. Heat and the Mavs, that ought to be good. Luka should be able to handle his business tonight against the Heat. Golden State on the road back-to-back against the Cavaliers. That should be a great game for them. I just don't know how much they can keep up. They're an older group, so I don't know if they can keep up, but they can't continue to lose games. They got to start winning some games on the road. Clippers and Spurs, really not interested in that at all, but the Clippers are traveling to San Antonio. Nets and the Jazz, we shall see how good that's going to go. The Jazz are playing really good. The Nets are definitely one of the top teams still, but without KD, they're probably more towards 8, 9, 10 than they are 1, 2, 3. But when they get him back, they'll be formidable once again. Pacers at the Nuggets, and Jokic has just been on a tear. I think he will continue to do so. The Pacers just don't have an answer for him inside. I think he'll just handle his business with them. The Grizz in L.A. at the Lakers. I think John then will just go there and actually show out there at the Crypt and beat the Lakers up once again. And then, of course, the Thunder at the Kings. Like I said, I'm taking the Thunder, the plus 3.5, and then I think we'll definitely do the over. Probably I'll just take the Thunder and the over, to be honest with you. I don't know if I think they can beat the Kings, but we shall see how that's going to play out. I'm sorry, guys. My nose is just going crazy. I feel like crap. But it is what it is, and I've got a lot of stuff to do tonight, so we shall see if Matt can pull through, because Matt has no choice. Listen to me talking to me in the third person. Matt has no choice. I have no choice. I'm sorry. My mind is just whacked. My mind is whacked right now. But anyway, I want to take this time to thank my sponsors, Collaborative Logic, everything that they do for me to keep the show up and running. I appreciate Russell and the boys and all the things they do. SRB and my guy Mark Long, taking care of business, doing all the things that he does for us. And if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, he is the guy for that. In fact, my guy Mike Deba was telling me that they needed a quick survey. He needed a quick survey on his downtown property, and they jumped out and helped him right away to get him taken care of. Oak Grove Trucking, if you got any needs for that, contact my guy Jose Fierro. If you have any rocks or boulders, whatever to be moved, he's got the dump truck for that, so please give him a shout at Oak Grove Trucking. Greg and Max Nafee, as always, those guys are supportive of everything we do, or that I do. I appreciate that. Last but not least is YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com if you got any leads for that. And then they're also our proud sponsor for us to go out and do remote live streams like we were at Cutting Up yesterday. They do our remote live. They sponsor remote live streams for Black, minority, and women-owned businesses. I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling right now. I really need to just take some pills and go to bed. Is what I probably need to do, and just go pass out for a little bit and get up and feel a little bit better. That's kind of like my plan. But I've got to go to get work done today. And I don't know if my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com is coming on, but here are his picks for the day. He has been on fire. I think, what is he, 23-7 or something this week, something stupid. This week he's just been on fire. Lakers +7, the Kings -3. Of course, the Mavs, he's got them +1.5. The Cavaliers -8, which back-to-back for Golden State's probably a good number because Golden State being an older team, I don't know how well they'll be able to recover. The Hawks -2.5, and in college basketball, he's got Richmond -1, and then Villanova and St. John's, he's taking the under 150 because it's so weird that college basketball has a lot of unders and how small the number is versus the NBA is always in the 200s, and college basketball is usually around 150 to 170. It's really crazy how when they go back and they do the way that they do that. But Vegas is absolutely so good at what they do and setting everything up. And then, of course, this weekend's Drew Hinthorn's HuskerDrewPicks.com for Saturday and Sunday, January 20th and 21st. He's taking the Chiefs -9 overall. It was 8.5, so I guess it jumped up. Chiefs first quarter -3. Chiefs first half -6. And then, of course, he's taking the under because he thinks it's going to be a slugfest, probably more like a 24-20, 24-21 game. I'm assuming that's what he's thinking, or maybe 28-21, something like that, 28-17. He's also taking the Giants in the first half, +4.5, that first half. And then, of course, he's doing the under for the Giants and Eagles because the question is how bad is Jalen Hurts hurt? And then on top of that, I think the Eagles are just going to pound the ball, so are the Giants going to do more of a ball control offense to kind of keep the other team off the field. So anyway, he's got the Chiefs-Jaguars under 52. He's taking the Chiefs -9. And then his Eagles and the Giants under 48. And if you're listening to our show yesterday, we were talking who he'd rather play, the Eagles and the Giants. I thought he would have rather play the Eagles and go beat them, but he said no, he'd rather play the Giants in Jerry World, which I don't understand because Jerry World is not a home field advantage at all for the Cowboys. On Sundays, he's got the Bengals +6. Bengals first quarter, -0.5, which I thought was interesting in that. Bengals and Bills my thing is this, with the Bengals missing both left and right tackle, but the Bills' pass rush is not that great, so I'm not sure exactly how that's going to handle it, but -0.5 for the Bills the first half, and first quarter. Bengals-Bills, he's taking it over 49, so he's taking the Bengals +6, which he thinks they will beat the Bills, and then the over. Well, actually, I think he's going to take the Bills, but he thinks it's going to be closer than that. So he's going to take the Bengals and the points. And then he's doing the over with the Bills and Bengals because he thinks both teams will score a bunch of points, which I agree with that, unlike the Chiefs and Jaguars. Cowboys +4. He's taking the Cowboys in the first half +3 because I think the game will be close in the beginning, so we shall see. It's either going to be the Cowboys, if the Cowboys are moving the ball, the game is going to be tight in the first half. If they're not, they're going to get blown out quick. Cowboys and Niners, if they go 3-and-out quick, they could be down 14-0 just like that. So hopefully that will not happen for them, but we shall see what happens with the Cowboys and the Niners. And he's taking the over 46.5. So that's going to be interesting. Then we look at our AP basketball rankings college rankings. Of course, Kansas will not be second overall next week after their loss to Kansas State at Kansas State Tuesday night. So you've got Houston 1, Kansas 2, Purdue 3, Alabama 4, UCLA 5, and Gonzaga 6. And Gonzaga, of course, got their winning streak snapped yesterday. It was their home winning streak, 175 straight home games without a loss. That's a long damn time not to lose a home game. But anyway, so they lost finally at home, breaking that streak. Texas is number 7, which of course I think that will change. Xavier 8, Tennessee 9th, Virginia 10th. Like all of those that I see up there, Arizona 11th, and of course then you've got the Big 12 coming in. Iowa State at 12, Kansas State at 13, which I think Kansas State will move up with their victory over Kansas, and then TCU at 14. So we have the 12th, 13th, and 14th ranked teams in the country back to back to back. So you've got the Big 12 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 5, 6 teams in the top 25. So we've got Kansas at number 2, Texas at 7, Iowa State 12, K-State 13, TCU 14th, and Baylor rounding it off at 21. So 15th ranked team is UConn, 16th is Auburn, 17th Miami slide in there, then Charleston, which we shall see how that really works, how that's going to work out. Clemson at 19, Marquette 20, Baylor, like I said, 21, Providence 22, 23 Rutgers. Dude, I cannot spell. Florida Atlantic and Arkansas. It's just absolutely brutal, man. This weather is just, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to do the show. So you guys are just gonna have to just kind of help me through this and just get back. And of course, we'll be back on Monday, and I'll be fine. But I'm gonna have to take some meds. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it through this entire show today. I'm just not feeling it. But I did want to come on and at least do these segments, kind of talk about the weekend a little bit, and then my guy Ben Dillman, and waiting for him to slide on so we can talk a little hockey. He has not clicked on yet, so I'll kind of wait for that. But the Big 12 schedule this week, Saturday, tomorrow, you've got number 14th ranked TCU at KU. That game is going to be on CBS at 1 o'clock. Then you've got Iowa State and Oklahoma State tomorrow. Iowa State at OSU at 2 p.m. tomorrow on ESPN Plus. I was going to try to make that game, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it up to Stilly in time.
What's up, Matty?
Hey, what's up, B?
Not much.
Texas Tech Texas Tech at Kansas State 2 p.m. on ESPN2. Baylor, of course, at OU tomorrow. That's going to be a huge game for the Sooners at 4 p.m. That game also is on ESPN2. And then you're rounding the schedule off with Texas and West Virginia. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing good. I got a little bit of the same sinus thing you got going on.
Dude,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, my head is hurting so bad, dude. I'm just
this weather won't figure itself out. They don't know if I want to be hot, cold, windy, not windy. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
No favors for us.
Yeah, then my head's been hurting, and then of course Ace is just bugging the crap out of me, wanting me to throw the ball and everything. And I'm like, and then I finally went outside to toss the ball with him a little bit.
Yep.
That was stupid.
that messed you up even more.
Yeah, that was very dumb. And so I was.
Yeah, I got my pups around me dropping the ball at my feet right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, got things to do. We can do this again here in a little bit. We've been doing it for 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to try to finish up the show real quick here in the next 10
or
15 minutes. Then I'm just going to go home. I'm going to go lay down. I'm supposed to go into work today, so we'll see how that works. I may just go ahead and rework a little bit. I'm supposed to go to the concert tonight. Dave Chappelle.
You're going to miss it?
Yeah, dude, I'm not feeling
Get you a
it.
nap in and see if you can make it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
want
thought.
to miss that one.
Yep, and then you got the Thunder game tonight as well. So we got to do that. Plus, I've got to open the gym up at 7:30 in the morning. So I've got bouncing basketballs and whistles and horns and
all that stuff in your ears.
Tomorrow,
It's going to be
tomorrow
awesome.
morning. So I just don't know how well I'm going to do things. I really don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Struggle bus.
The struggle bus is on the thing. So, but anyway, NHL scores last night. You and I both got to watch some games last night. It was a full slate, starting with the Panthers 6-2 over the Canadiens. All right, there you go. Can you hear me now? Ben.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Okay, there we are. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. My mixer is just, it's that day, man. Today is that day.
Dude, we all got them.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just trying to get through the show. That's all I'm
Yeah,
trying to do right now.
exactly. You're trying to
After we're
through.
done with you, man, we're gonna talk a little football this weekend. I'm through. Blackhawks 4-1 over the Flyers.
Yep, 37 save night for Peter Mrazek in net there for the Blackhawks. Pretty good. Patrick Kane hurt. I don't know. He was supposed to be trade bait. I don't know what's going to happen with him now with him being injured. We'll see what's going to go on with that.
Yep, the Leafs 4-1 over the Jets.
Yep, Mitch Marner now on a 20-game home point streak, so that's pretty good. He already had like a 21-game point streak earlier in the year, and it's good for your Stars. Them Jets lost.
Yeah, I appreciate them giving me a little love on that one.
Exactly, helping you out.
The Canes 5-2 over the Wild.
Yeah, this was a huge game for the Canes. Depth scoring. They're guys, third, fourth line, the bottom half of your roster. Whenever they can put together 3 or 4 goals and win you a game alone, that's huge, especially going to the playoffs. So that team's looking scary and scary every day.
Yep, and then of course the Ducks 5-3 over the Blue Jackets.
Yep, that was our who cares game of the night, but also big draft lottery, ramifications here because the Ducks won. Both these teams are holding on to the last spots in the league. So, this was you might lose out on Connor Bedard, which would be the best player to come around since Ovechkin, McDavid, Crosby, all those guys. He's the next one. He's going to be in this draft. So that actually, you kind of might screwed yourself out of 10 years right there if you win that game. Yep. So good for the Jackets.
Yep. The Bruins. Go ahead, 3-1.
All I'm going to say is I took the under, so the Harry Hook took that one. It's always good to have a backup goalie that is serviceable that you can rely on. And when you're getting wins with a backup goalie, that's always good. So Bruins win 3-1.
Yep. The Sabres and the Islanders 3-2. Dang, we have a lot of games last night.
There was 11, I think, last night.
Yeah, it was a lot of games. Anyway, the Sabres beat the Islanders 3-2.
Yep, that one went in overtime, which was good. But the Isles dropped back-to-back games, so a huge point for the Sabres here. They're trying to make the playoffs, and they're right there. So.
Yep. Then you got the Blues 5-2. Drew's Blues. I know Drew. Yeah, he's in the background there. I saw him come on. He's on. Are you still there, Drew?
Yes, sir. Just got my fire extinguisher out, just putting out fires today.
Oh my God. Dude, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But anyway, the Capitals 4 over the Yotes.
Yep, another Harry Hook line there. Called that puck line there. Big win. No points for Ovi, though, which is kind of disappointing. But all their depth scoring was coming in good there.
Yeah, I was going to say the high-stick Harry Hook worked last night, didn't it? Did you go 3-0 last night?
I went 2-0 last night, and the week before that I was 1-0, so 3-0 total.
Yeah, between you and Drew, y'all on fire together. Y'all are.
Yep.
Because Drew is 20-something and 6 or 7 this week.
I've been following Drew pretty heavily.
23-6.
Okay.
Over the last 4 nights.
Yeah, that's why I knew it was something like that. The Lightning lost to the Oilers, and of course, you and I watched that game last night, being 5-3.
That was a good game. It was good for ESPN to have it too. Good stuff. Big win for the Oilers. They're still trying to make the playoffs here. The Lightning, I think they had 5 wins in a row, so it was about time for them to lose. But you never want to lose to the Oilers, and that team is just scary. They got Evander Kane back in the pregame. I know I told you Evander Kane got hurt. He got sliced by that skate. In the pregame, the guy that actually cut him came up to him and smacked him and said hey, good to see you back on the ice kind of thing. I just thought it was a class act move by Maroon. Yeah, just a classy move by Maroon. Checking on him, seeing he's okay, and he came back about 3 weeks early, so that's good. And they got to play, so it was just a big night.
Yep. It was Kraken 4-3 over the Devils in OT.
Yep, Kraken took the lead in the Pacific there, 8-2 in their last 10. They're on fire. So
yeah, then of course those Red Wings got the Golden Knights 3-2 last night in Vegas.
Yeah. Vegas lost 3 in a row now. It's the wrong time to go cold. That division is winning. That division is so tight right now with the top 5 teams. It'll take a miracle for them to hold on to that first spot there. I don't think they're going to do it.
And then, of course, this is a great round out for all 3 of our teams. Drew's Blues won. Your team won. Then, of course, my Stars won 4 over the Kings last night.
Oh, yeah. And when you got your backup getting a 34 save shutout, with Wedgie in there, that's amazing. And then Sagan 3.9. He's finally starting to earn that $9 million that you guys paid. So good for him.
Which is crazy, $9 million.
Yeah.
You don't think that's a whole lot. That's just like chicken feed. When
That's
you think
high
about
in
the
hockey.
NBA.
Now,
I know that,
like,
but I'm just laughing because of basketball and baseball and football.
Oh,
$9
yeah,
million is
we'll get there.
really nothing.
We'll get there.
Well, I don't know
Salary
if y'all,
kept going up. We'll get there.
I don't know if y'all ever gonna. Drew, you think they're ever gonna get to the $40 million or what do y'all owe?
No, it'll never get that high.
What is Aaron Rodgers owed next year, Drew? $58 million
$50
or
million
something
each year.
Yeah.
He signed a 3-year, $150 million
No. But I
deal.
think
So
next
he did
year
1 year.
No, I think next year is 58 though.
Oh shit!
Which is freaking insane. But Drew, you want to go back over your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. I mean, those things probably should be heard twice. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my god!
I mean, you might want to go over just making sure everybody got them.
Yeah,
I mean, that's something you need to write down or call your bookie right now.
Well, I went over it a little bit, but it wasn't quite the same. So we'll just go back over it again. Lakers +7.
Yeah, that game scares me, but they normally play the Grizzlies pretty tough. LeBron's game time decision again, which basically just jacks with everybody if you're gambling on the Lakers. So,
God, he's just
yeah. I'll take the Lakers at home on Friday night +7.
Yep, and then you got the Kings -3.
Yeah, I mean the Kings are playing good, and that's a long road trip for the Thunder. It's not a fun place to play. OKC normally doesn't play very well out there, and it's kind of like playing in Salt Lake City. I'll take the 3 there.
Yeah. And I took the.
I believe this is the last game of the road trip.
Well, that's the first game of the road trip for the Thunder.
Right.
But anyway, the Thunder. I took them in the over. Is what I
did.
Took
the Thunder in the over.
Took the Thunder in the over. Yep.
I like the over play in that game. I don't know that I would play the Thunder traveling across country.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean I took the Thunder in the. Excuse me, I just took the over. I'm sorry, I did not take the Thunder. I took the over. I'm sorry. The Mavericks +1.5.
Yeah, at home, it's a short number on that. Kind of a crazy line. I would have thought they would have been favored, but anytime I can catch the Mavericks at home, catching a couple points, I'll take them.
Yep, the Cavaliers -8.
Big line. I'm playing against Phoenix coming off a back-to-back. Or not Phoenix, Golden State coming off a back-to-back. Big game against Boston last night. It's going to be tough for them to turn it around, and Cleveland's got a good squad.
I agree 100% with that. I talked about that when I was talking about the games tonight.
And they're 24 hours, 6:30. I think they played yesterday. Tip-off time at Boston was 6:45, I believe.
Yep.
And so they're basically turnaround 19 hours.
Yep, I agree with you 100% right there. The Hawks -2.5. Your Hawks.
Yeah, I mean I really like the over in that game too. The over 229, but the Hawks should handle business against the Knicks.
Yep, of course. Then in college basketball, we've got Richmond -1.
Oh, you got to like the Spiders at home catching that 1 point against VCU. It's an interconference game. Richmond's on the bubble right now for the tournament, and I'll take the Spiders at home catching a point.
I love the Spiders. I love that. That's an awesome mascot name.
And then, of course, Villanova and St. John's. You're taking the under in that.
Yeah, seemed like 150 is a lot for those two teams. I don't really have a huge play on that, just sprinkling that a little bit. But those two teams to score upper 70s, I don't know. That's Big East game. I'll take the under.
Yep, and then, of course, your weekend picks. You're taking the Chiefs
-9. I love these weekend picks. I love these quarter and half picks. These are great.
Then you got the Chiefs first -3 in the first quarter, but you're taking
the
Chiefs
Jacksonville
overall.
Notoriously slow starting team.
Yeah, they are.
And I look for the Chiefs to try to jump on them early. I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville comes back in the second half and makes a game out of it. But I like the Chiefs in that first half in the first quarter.
Yep, -3 and -6.
I'm with you.
And then you're taking the under in the game, though, Drew.
I am going to take the under because I don't think Jacksonville is going to score a whole bunch of points. I just don't see it. I mean,
I don't think they're going to have the ball long enough. I think Mahomes and them, they're going to be methodical. They're going to take that ball.
It's going to be
cold. Take care of it. Protect the football. That oddly shaped, ball, we need that thing in our possession as much as possible.
Yep.
So I think they're going to make sure they do that, and I think they're going to end off with a touchdown almost every time. So I don't think the Jags are going to have enough time. I just really don't. And when it comes down to 2-minute drills, Mahomes and the boys are the best at it.
Yep.
So if it is close, they're going to end up coming back with like you said in the half and score a touchdown. If they're tied, they'll still cover 7.
Then of course you've got the Giants in the first half plus 4.5. Drew.
I think the Giants are going to keep it close. I look for Philly. I like Philly. I like Philly to cover the spread at the end of the game, but I think it's going to be tied at halftime. I think eventually they'll methodically wear them down. I just don't know that the Giants offense is going to be able to score enough points to win that game. But I think in that first half, I think it'll be close. I think the Giants are going to try to run the football. They're going to try to run the clock. They're going to try to shorten the game.
Saquon.
Going to see a lot of Barkley. Going to see a lot of tight end. Going to see a lot of short passing game. I think they're just going to try to stay in it and see if they got a chance in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think both of those teams. It's going to be a close game because you did take the Giants and the Eagles with the under 48.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think that game's going under.
And I think with the addition of Ndamukong Suh, on the defensive line there for the Eagles, I mean they just added some extra meat there with that signing. So I think that's what you want against Saquon and all this. That's what you want.
It's looking like you might get some weather coming in there.
Yeah, that's going to be a banger. That one's going to two teams that both these coaches just want to run the ball too, which is nice. That's where they start their game. The Eagles usually finish it out in the air, but the Giants team they just
and then also factor this into it. Jalen Hurts is questionable. He's got an inner ear infection, still shoulders not 100%. I mean, Philly's prime for an upset, but I always fall on the side if the general public is all heavy on it. I usually go the other side. Vegas,
I'm with you.
Big shiny buildings out in the middle of the desert for nothing.
Yeah, they got chandeliers. Somebody put those chandeliers up.
Yeah,
big glass diamond chandeliers. Somebody did.
Yep. Then you got, of course, the Bengals plus 6. In the Bengals.
That line just keeps going up. I think it's too much.
It does.
I think it's too much. The general public's all over the Bills, and I like the Bills too. I think they'll win the game, but it's got to be tight. And I like the over in that game, and I like the Bengals getting those points.
Yeah, and then of course you're taking the Bills in the first quarter. That's only a half a point though.
Quick start, minus a half a point.
Yep. That's nice. I like that one.
Then you've got Bengals and Bills. You're taking the over. I agree with you. I think it's gonna be a lot of points scored.
I love the over in that game. You got two of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I look for them to throw it all over the field.
Some of the best wide receiver cores too in the league.
But how do you feel about the Bengals losing both left and right tackle?
Gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
No Von Miller though.
That's true.
If he was in there, I really think it would be a 2-point difference almost. He's a monster.
Yeah, then you've got the Cowboys, Drew. Yeah.
You know
Cowboys
it, baby.
Plus 4.
Yeah, I like the plus 4, and I like the money line. I'm on the Cowboys. I think they got a legit shot to win it. I think that if they need to, they can't turn the ball over. Prescott cannot turn the ball over and throw easy picks. But if they get Purdy in a game situation in the fourth quarter, I want to see what the rookie does.
I like Dak over Purdy in a fourth quarter 2-minute situation. I definitely love Dak over Purdy. The only thing that scares me is that offensive line or that defensive line for San Fran is the only thing that scares me.
I think Dallas is going to stack the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to come after him. I think they're going to make him beat him with his arm. And if he can do that, then you tip your cap, you're going down the road. But I'll take my chances and shut down Debo Samuel.
Yeah, so that's why you took the Cowboys in the first half plus 3. You think it's going to be close to start out with?
Yep, 100%.
Schultz is going to be having to do a lot of chip blocking. There's going to be a lot of guys bouncing off the tight ends are going to be in close this game. They're going to be a lot of bump and goes. I like the tight ends and their overs for the Cowboys in this one because I know they're going to have to block, but they're also going to break out and get a nice little 5-yard out. So I like that too.
Yep. And you got to try to establish a running game in the first half. They've got to run the ball.
You got to run the ball.
I love the dynamic between Zeke and Pollard. They're two totally different running backs. So I do love the dynamic there. But McCaffrey's going to be he's a beast. He's going to be hard to hold down there.
Yep. And then Drew, you're taking the over 46.5.
I like the. I think there's going to be some points. I'm 27-24. I think that's where it's going to fall.
I like that.
27 points to win the game.
Yeah, and then How about the Vikings?
You just got to make a field goal, right? Yeah.
Yeah. How about the Vikings firing their defensive coordinator after 1 year?
Right. I mean, how he made it out.
I mean, they had a horrible defense, but dang, man.
I mean, it was bad though.
Yeah, they were really, really bad. And when you think about that, and think about that. So when you guys are thinking about who do you guys have in the next round? Who's going to play who in the championship? And you know what I'm saying?
Cowboys, Eagles, and on the NFC in Philly.
Oof.
And Bills, Chiefs on a neutral site wherever they end up playing it.
Did you think that was going to be in Detroit? Did you say that, Drew?
I don't know where it's going to be.
They said Atlanta or New Orleans because they were going to do Indianapolis, but there's a 13 and under women's volleyball tournament going on at the arena that same day. So they said no, we don't want the $70 million from the football game.
New Orleans makes no sense.
We'll pass on that.
Well, they know what it was. You can't cancel a little girls' event.
You'd move it somewhere else if the championship. I'm just saying. This is what scares me too about this, right? So they're going to do this neutral site. I think this might become a thing. Like I think that from now on, like if this is successful and they have this and everything goes off without a hitch, and you got both teams coming into a neutral site, they might start doing this for the AFC and the NFC championship every year, which I'm scared about.
Well, I don't want that would take away the whole reason of having the one seed.
Yeah, but they don't care if they're making money. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, but you're not going. I don't think I agree.
I'm telling you, if it brings in like double what they thought it was, what their normal ones, they'll trade it off.
But you got to remember, Ben. Then you got to get the owners. That's money they're going to lose personally at their own.
No, they'll
facility.
split it at that point.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
What I would like to see them do is just put the Super Bowl in one spot. I think they put the Super Bowl in the Rose Bowl every year and just leave it alone.
I think they should just put this. They just put the freaking Super Bowl in Hawaii every year. Call it good.
Yeah, then you got
there's no way to put
it.
Yep,
can't afford it.
Average fan can't get there. Yep.
Well, only the rich go to those games anyways. They're not even fans. The Super Bowl is hardly even filled up anyways.
It was filled last year at the SoFi, but of course,
SoFi's LA. That's a little different. Yeah. But they're for the past few years. I mean, there's empty seats out there.
Well, it's so expensive. What was it, Drew? What did we
look
at that last year?
Might as well put it in Hawaii. Who cares?
I know, but Drew, did we do a show and we were talking about how expensive they were, like $50,000 or $25,000 or something like that for the 50-yard line?
Yeah, it's like I think the average cost of the ticket last year was $5,700.
See, nobody can even afford that, so you might as well put it in Hawaii.
Yeah, but they're not going to go to Hawaii because they're not.
You know what I mean? No, I'm just saying, you might as well just make it nice.
Yeah, I agree with that, but they're not gonna.
If Dallas makes the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, it'll be the most expensive Super Bowl ticket ever.
Now that's facts.
Where is the Super Bowl this year? I'm
Houston.
Sorry, I don't know. Houston?
No, it's in Phoenix. Sorry,
Phoenix.
Oh, beautiful. That's a great arena.
Yeah, Glendale. Yeah.
That's great spot. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, I didn't know that one.
That's a beautiful stadium too.
Yeah, it is, and it's a great spot. I mean, that's as close to Hawaii as you can get.
Yep, that's true.
Beautiful.
That's true. Well, all right, fellas, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna take some meds, man.
Get you a nap.
I got to start feeling better, man.
Yeah, get you a nap.
I'm freaking hurting. I appreciate you guys coming.
What happens when you burn that candle at both ends?
No, that's what happens when you have fucking sinus issues. That's what the fuck it is, man. I can burn the candle at both ends, bro. I can still roll on like that, but this right here, yeah, this is,
still got it.
That's a hangover. I can deal with a hangover. I've had, 10,000 hangovers. I can deal with a hangover. As you and I, all three of us have had hangovers. You can handle your business on that. That's no big deal. But when you can't breathe and your head is hurting and the looking outside, the light here, I've got, the light hurting my eyes. I'm just like, I'm done, man. I'm done. Then you got a dog that wants you to play
in a dungeon.
Yeah, dog wants to play
catch.
Get you a cloak and some fangs.
Dude, you just got to be an asshole all the time, don't you? You just can't help yourself. You really can't help yourself. I see.
Hey, boys, HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
Yeah, continue your streak, brother. And then, Ben, good job on your hook, too.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Harry hook.
Appreciate that. I'll be back next week with another one.
Yep, and then I'll see both of you guys.
Cheers, boys.
All right, peace out. You guys be good. It's my guys, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com, and my guy, High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman. doing our hockey stuff. So that being said, I appreciate everybody's patience with me today. I know I sound like crap. I feel even worse. But anyway, you guys be safe. Everybody enjoy yourself out there today.